Hey, hey. Hi, guys. All right, Aquarians. I want to take a look at what does Aquarius not see coming? Let's take a peek and see what we've got here. What does Aquarius not see coming? We have the Hierophant in the reverse. This could be, I always look at this as kind of a darker, heavier, more dogmatic kind of belief system that really didn't suit someone at all. And now they're breaking free of that. This could also be a very, like, oppressive kind of marriage or some kind of agreement that a character had, contracted to participate in, and they're finally releasing themselves from this contract. We have a Nine of Swords in the reverse. Huge sense of relief coming in. Two of Swords, though, is kind of upright, but a King of Swords is in the reverse. This could be, and by the way, let me point out on this Two of Swords card, we have this kind of like feminine mannequin-esque imagery here with somebody, behind them holding the swords, holding like whips or something as well. All of this just has a very negative feel. All of this negativity, though, seems to be what a character is finally breaking free of. No more stress, no more worries. It doesn't matter if somebody tries to prevent them from leaving. Nobody can stop this Aquarius, or nobody can stop perhaps a King of Swords. Let me see what this, we got to figure out who's who. Normally, a King of Swords in the reverse would be somebody that is very like controlling. However, it could be someone's going to be accused of being that. And they're like, I don't care what you accuse me of. That's not going to prevent me from going. And the reason it's hard for me to read that is because we have freedom and breaking away. Then we have somebody trying to block, and the King of Swords being like, you can block me however you want by saying I'm this and saying I'm that. Doesn't matter. I don't fear that. You can't use that as leverage to keep me here. Four of Swords, Three of Wands, Five of Wands. I definitely am going to buckle down here and say, I don't know yet how this comes into Aquarius's life. I can only say that someone is breaking free. And this could be a King of Swords, which could mean that they could be a good matchup for Aquarius. But they seem to be breaking free, and they really seem to have been pre-healed. Like, that's the reason they're able to break free. That's a reason somebody doesn't have control over them anymore. There could have been a Taurus that had a hold on them. That could have been somebody they were married to. It could have been somebody that controlled them, matriarchal, possibly, just because of what we see on this card. Could have been somebody who was like, you need to do what I said. And they finally are like, no, I don't actually have to do what you tell me to. I'm going to say this King of Swords is the one who is breaking free, leaving something behind. They already healed from this. They were already prepared for whatever blockage somebody would try to throw up to prevent them from leaving, and it's just not going to work. We see them looking to their future. This happens fairly swiftly, it looks like, anywhere from 3 days to 3 months, but I feel like this has been a long time coming. Yes, it will cause a kerfuffle. It will cause other people to gossip. It will cause other people. This could be the talk of the town, or talk of the like group or something with that Five of Wands. But it's like, it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. He's going. Hanged Woman, Seven of Cups. There will be, I think, like, around this topic of like gossip about the fact that this King of Swords is breaking free of something, breaking free of whatever that belief system was. I almost think that deep down it's going to shake a foundation. Like, other people might be thinking along the same lines, like, I need to break free of this as well. So this could be the beginning of a toppling of a power structure. Like I say, maybe this was let's just give a what if, what if this was, say, a very controlling parental figure, head of a household, head of a family, matriarchal, patriarchal, whatever, that was like, you do what we say. And like, all of the adult kids towed the line. And this is the first person who doesn't toe the line, who breaks free. And it's like, that could begin everybody else thinking, I've been wearing a mask all this time too. There could be two siblings, two sisters talking about, can you believe that the king finally broke away and didn't listen anymore to what we've been told our whole lives? Can you believe that they're doing their own thing? And it could be that we've got other siblings, thinking, and had been thinking for a long time, that they too would like to break away. it could be that, maybe the King of Swords expects to be ostracized or painted as a villain, but in truth, it's almost like everybody knows, even the people that are gossiping, that are like, oh my God, I can't believe he left. Other people know exactly why, because they're thinking about making an exit too. They got to wear a mask just to stay put anyway. If this was somebody that he was married to, it could have still been like all in the family. And it's like, wow, he actually broke it off with her. Honestly, I've wanted to stop dealing with whomever that kind of oppressive card represents. It does feel like this is the beginning of the toppling of a power structure that frankly nobody was satisfied with. So either this was a very demanding person, very controlling person, and everybody had kind of had enough, but nobody had yet had the courage to walk away. And this King of Swords is starting this is it. We're not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. And I don't care if the whole group doesn't like me anymore. I'm not going to be part of this. He's standing up for himself, and he's definitely making a break with this group, this power structure. The only thing is, I feel like the rest of the group's about to fracture anyway. Now that he's shown he can walk away. Can I ask, who is Aquarius in all this? I mean, maybe Aquarius is the King of Swords, is the one who's walking away, but let me see. The Fool. So Aquarius is somebody taking a leap of faith, doing their own thing. We have the Moon, though. So I don't think Aquarius knows what's going on with this other situation, because Aquarius is out here living their best life, oblivious to what else is going on, behind the scenes. Three of Wands. Aquarius is looking to their own future, though. We do have some Temperance coming in. We get the Queen of Wands. We got Empress. And we got the Death card. I kind of feel like Aquarius has been putting together their own life, their own home. We got a lot of major arcana and court cards here. So I'm going to say that we have, first off, we should list off some energies. So we have Aries here. We have Pisces. We have, excuse me, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Sag, Aries, and strong Sag as well. So all of this is starting to make me think Aquarius was already somebody who had walked their own path, because both the Empress and the Queen of Wands are both incredibly empowered souls. And with the Death card sandwiched in there, we know that Aquarius had already walked away from something. They seem to be living their best life. So let me check and ask, who is the King of Swords to Aquarius? Because they already seem to have broken away from any restrictive thoughts or anything that was holding them. I just don't think Aquarius is held by other people's control very easily. We have 10 of Swords. We have 2 of Pentacles. This is somebody that I think Aquarius gave a bit of an ultimatum to and said, if you'd like to come with me, you can, but if you're not coming with me, then this is where we part ways. It does feel like Aquarius said to a King of Swords, you have a choice to make, and it is me or it's them. Maybe it's like you either need to join me and be with me, or you want to still be really close to your belief system, your group, your family. I don't think Aquarius was trying to make this person have to pick necessarily, but that is exactly what this is. I don't think that Aquarius was stamping their little foot saying, it's me or it's them. You can't like your family and like me. I don't get that vibe. It feels more like, look, I understand if the power structure that you're a part of is something you would miss. But if I'm not going to be accepted in your power structure that you're a part of, because I will choose my own path. I can't find harmony where there is none for me. I have to do my life different. And so my destiny is going to take me in a different direction. If you ever find yourself choosing a different path and it seems like it's going to resonate with the path I'm on, awesome. But, don't walk away from something just to be with me if it's going to make you sad. I almost feel like that's more the energy that Aquarius put it in that context, like, this is where we part ways, because it would make you sad to leave behind that group that you're a part of. And unfortunately, it's not going to work with you. It's going to be nothing but conflict. You're trying to be with me, you're trying to stay in the group. How does that work? So just let me go unless things change. It does seem like it's in the nicest, softest, gentlest of ways. I think Aquarius let this person go because they're like, I'm not going to conform to be in your group, but I'm also not going to ask you to leave your group to be with me. I know that would be sad for you. So instead, I will be the one to release you. Three of Pentacles, Strength card. And I do think this. I think Aquarius said in their head and heart, if this person ever, their life path winds them back around to me, that would be lovely with that Three of Pentacles. If things ever change, if they ever find their strength to decide what they actually believe in, whatever is going to be in their greatest and highest good, if they make their way back to me because I'm in their greatest and highest good, great. If not, it doesn't change the fact that I'm resolute in my decision to let them go, let them do what they need to do. And I think that Aquarius walked away from somebody. Does Aquarius, do you love them, Aquarius? King of Wands. Oh man, yeah. Aquarius is like, we could have been so happy. I saw them as my King of Wands. That would be, somebody that I love them. They're really attractive. They have a warm heart. They're a good person. I think they love me. I love them too. But there is this other complication. And as long as they have to deal with that other complication, then that's where they have to be. Why was there no crossover? Why was it seemingly impossible for them to be in a connection with Aquarius? We have Seven of Pentacles here. The impossibility, it does seem like Aquarius is the outsider, right? We have one person standing way outside here, and we have that big, huge, castle. Maybe they were involved or came from a family that was like very, very wealthy. And it's like, yeah, I can't be in your castle situation. And, if money is a determining factor, why I don't fit in or why I don't even want to fit in. Because sometimes, what you have to do in order to live in the castle, to stay in the family good graces, to stay in the inheritance, to keep your name written into everybody's will, is like you have to kowtow to whatever the empire is. And I almost think that was the obstacle. And it's like, I think Aquarius is of the mind that they'd rather build their own empire instead of have to kowtow and be in someone else's. So I do think that was a huge part of the problem. I almost feel like Aquarius was waiting for them to come out of that castle. Six of Swords, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords. Anyway, we slice it. Aquarius is like, I don't know. I don't know if they, can. I know they love me, but I don't know if they have the strength or the courage to walk away from one thing in order to choose love. And by all means, I won't ever stop loving them, but I'm damn sure not going to change who I am to fit into a world that I don't even want to be a part of. So I have to let them go. And I do think that on one hand, yes, Aquarius was being a little bit non-negotiating on this, but I'm guessing that there was a good reason that they couldn't have negotiated. It's like, what do? Do you surrender who you are completely in order to fit in another environment? Well, what if nobody would have accepted Aquarius in the first place? Then it doesn't matter how much they're willing to negotiate. They're never going to be a part of that world. So it could have been something like that, where Aquarius is like, this isn't a me thing. There's only one way this works, because I'm the one who's outside of the castle gates. And they would have to choose to come out of the castle gates and be with me out here, not be in the castle. So if they ever choose that, that's fine. Well, it looks like this person is choosing that. Seven of Cups, though. That still doesn't mean that just because they leave the castle gates or because this person finally, this King of Swords finally has what it takes to walk away from something, that now they're headed straight into Aquarius's life. In fact, maybe it's better if they don't just make a beeline for Aquarius's world, because that Seven of Cups says there's maybe more to consider. We got the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, they probably need to like deprogram themselves. I mean, they may have lived under someone else's boot heel most of their life. I really feel like this was a King of Swords who had a very oppressive environment. And if we look closely, let me show this King of Swords. I always say the same thing when he comes up, which is I don't like the fact that he has four hands. Normally, a King of Swords is very clear. It's just one version of him. But here they gave him four hands, which always makes me think that there's something he's hiding. And that could have been, maybe Aquarius was their secret. Maybe Aquarius was the person that is like, I love Aquarius, but I have to actually pretend to be a different person around, you know, whatever, everybody in the castle, the family. And then I can actually be myself when I'm with Aquarius. And maybe that's the other reason Aquarius is like, oh, this doesn't work so good. You can't be living under everybody else's boot heel, kowtowing, pleasing other people, pretending to be someone that you're not, and then still having me on the side. I wonder if that's more, you know, what this was, is like, that's why Aquarius kind of let this person go. So I can see why Aquarius wouldn't see this coming, because even though they've kind of always hoped that someday they would break away, Aquarius doesn't really see that happening because they let this person go. And I don't see this person immediately heading toward Aquarius. What we see right now is the King of Swords is just finally breaking away, and then they're going to have a lot more to unravel. I didn't see it this way before, but they could have been married. And this is, you know, somebody could go through a very messy divorce. It could be some time before Aquarius hears from them. Are you intending on reaching out to Aquarius? Yes. Knight of Cups. When their departure is more complete, they will eventually reach out to Aquarius. Probably not right away, though, because they're going to have a lot of mess to clean up, a lot of other things. You know, if they're detaching themselves from maybe they were married into a wealthy family or something, and there's even more that, you know, would have to be sorted, and, you know, assets and all of that, or they had a lot of wealth, and parting ways with somebody is like, wow, this is a lot to dismantle. It's going to be some time, I think, before Aquarius hears anything from them, but Aquarius is definitely the person who's on their mind to talk to. But first, they've got some things to sort out. So it'll be a while, but I still think it'll be a surprise that, because I don't think Aquarius really thought this person was ever going to separate and make those changes. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you, guys. Aquarians, this is your second video of the week. I'm going to try really hard to get you guys a third one on Sunday. If you didn't catch your first video, I'll try to pop it up on your screen right about now. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye, guys.